I approached a girl in broad daylight to flirt with her. She then rejected a date, and then something insane happened. 2 days later, she sent me a message on LinkedIn and offered me a job at her company. Here's the message that she sent me. Haha, how's it going? After our little encounter, I couldn't resist checking your profile in our ATS. You interviewed with X company back in 2022 and seemed really excited about it. Funny timing because we're actually growing our sales team right now. Feels like the universe might be sending a sign. Maybe it's worth seeing where this could go. I genuinely think you'd enjoy here, and after you stop me in the middle of the street, it's clear you're exactly the kind of bold, go for a person we want in our team. This is one of those things that sounds fake, but this moment perfectly captures something that most guys completely misunderstand about approaching women. And that's why I had to make this video, because there are two very important takeaways from this experience I will share in this video. And if you really understand these 2 points, it will completely change how you see talking to women in real life. So the first big takeaway is this: dating skills and job skills are way more transferable than you think. A lot of you watching this video might be developers, engineers, analysts, very logical guys, and you might be thinking, yeah, okay, if you're in sales or in communication, you need to be confident, you need to talk to people, but I'm technical, that doesn't really apply to me. And that's just not true. Because first of all, if you ever want to level up in your career, at some point you're going to need to lead a team. And you cannot lead a team with bad communication skills. It simply doesn't work. You can be the smartest guy in the room, but if you can't explain your ideas, if you can't inspire people, if you can't handle difficult conversations, you're going to hit a ceiling. A lot of guys tell themselves, oh, I don't need social skills. I can just hide behind my computer. But what you're really saying is I'm choosing comfort over growth. Because most real opportunities in life, the good ones, they don't come from sitting quietly and hoping that someone else notices you. Unless you're some insane genius like once in a generation AI engineer who gets personally recruited by Mark Zuckerberg, you're going to have to sell yourself. You'll need to pitch your ideas. You need to explain your work in a way that's interesting. Talk about your projects without boring people to death. Present your ideas with confidence. And if you're technically solid but socially flat, a lot of doors just won't open for you. Now, here's the interesting part. The exact same skills you build by talking to women in real life, like reading reactions, holding eye contact, leading conversations, handling rejection, staying calm under pressure, those same skills transfer one-to-one onto your career. In this situation, the girl offered me a job because she saw how I communicated myself, how I handled the interaction. She thought, okay, well, this guy would fit well within our team. Now imagine this happened as a technical guy, a developer who's confident one-on-one. You would stand out instantly. You'd have way less competition, and that's why this matters. What you build here doesn't just stay in dating, it upgrades your entire life. Now the second big takeaway is this: approaching women is not creepy. And not only it's not creepy, it actually earns you a lot of respect from women. In this situation, the girl actually rejected me. I asked her out for a date. She said no. By most guys' logic, this should have been seen as a bad interaction, right? But here's what happened instead. Even though she didn't want to go on a date with me, she respected me so much that she offered me a freaking job. Now think about that for a second. Do you think an HR professional would offer a guy a job if she felt uncomfortable, threatened, or disrespected? Of course not. So many guys sit at home telling themselves stories like women hate being approached, or they'll think I'm creepy, or they'll get offended. But in reality, when you approach a girl in a grounded, respectful, confident way, the opposite happens. Even if she's not interested romantically, she still respects you because you didn't hide behind alcohol, you didn't hide behind apps. Just you walking up and saying hello, that takes courage. And women feel that. So even when the outcome is a rejection, the interaction itself builds a lot of respect. So when you're sitting there thinking, well, I'm going to be judged if I do this or people will think badly of me, understand this. If you do this right, what you'll get far more often than judgment is respect. Finally, if you like to learn approach women in a grounded way, in a confident way that gets you both dates and job opportunities, you can download my flirting guide completely for free below.